Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of 35 Plus Where to Shop Retail Review. I'm Fiona Keary from Style Liberation, and I'm here to showcase a new retailer brand this week that I know a lot of you absolutely love, and I'm going to share my favourites. If you feel like you shop at the same place over and over again, if you feel like you're walking out of their catalogue or lookbook, you're struggling to find pieces that you love anymore, things have changed, you're not in love with your wardrobe anymore, then 35 Plus Where to Shop is where you should be. And we will look after you here, provide you with inspiration, and really nail the right places for you to shop based on your style personality, body shape, colour palette, and dress code. So let's get started. And today's retail review, we are looking at Jigsaw. Jigsaw London, to be exact. So Jigsaw started out in 1972 with its first store in Hampstead, North London, which used to be my old stomping ground, which was lovely. And they started off there and expanded throughout London and the UK and overseas. And they came to Australia in 1991 and kicked off with their first store at the Queen Victoria building in Sydney. And from there, they grew to 19 stores strong here in Australia. In 2016, they decided to consolidate. They actually licensed their brand here in Australia back in 1991. And what they found was they really wanted to make it a global brand and have the looks, key looks and pieces consistent across the world. So they then consolidated, and now we have 5 standalone stores here in Australia. So anything that they get in the UK, we get here as well. So look, the whole vibe of Jigsaw is about creating really great quality, timeless, elegant pieces. They are not about disposable fashion. They are looking to create a collection that stands the test of time, doesn't fall apart after one season, and they're not a huge trend follower either. It's about really working to their woman and their particular style personality. So let's have a look and see what that style personality is. And I would say the style personality, first and foremost, would be elegant. They use very rich colour. And the cuts are quite classic, so you'll see that as well. Then a lot of the colours are quite feminine based, which you'll see in some of the favourites that I show you. Now, I would also say that they are a little bit natural just because of the softness and the comfort of the pieces that they make. They use a lot of wool, cashmere, silk, so it's beautiful against the skin and feels really, really great on. So that's why I'd actually add in natural as well. So you've got the feminine because it's got the pretty details, but you've got your classic, your elegant, and your natural coming through as well. When it comes to colour palette, and this is the thing to bear in mind, even though we classify retailers by particular colour palettes, what I would say is that from time to time you'll see pops of maybe colours that they don't usually do. And that's what we're seeing this season for Jigsaw. So predominantly I would say that they're both cool and warm tones. So it's great for both temperatures plus those that are, of you that are neutral. And they do tend to be what we call muted. So a muted colour is where we've had a little bit of grey added or there's quite a bit of texture to the piece. So for example, it might be a cashmere or a mohair, or it might be a tweed or a velvet or velour, so that the colour isn't necessarily as bright because of that texture that's been added. However, this season, we've seen a few really bright pops of colour come through. And I know for a lot of my warm and clear clients, especially those that live in cooler climates, they find it a little bit tricky to find those knits and things that are really bright and vibrant and very warm, like those sunshines and oranges and aqua blues and things like that. Well, Jigsaw at the moment has those pieces for you. And one of the pieces I'm going to kick off with is quite bright and bold, so stay tuned for that. If we look next to body shape, they do make for all body shapes. I do find that their cuts are a little bit straighter, so boxy and soft, but they do a number of semi-fitted pieces which are great for your triangles and also your hourglasses as well. Something for everyone here. When it comes to sizing, looking at a size 6 to 16, I do find that they are either true to size or a little bit smaller in terms of their pants, jackets, skirts, and also dresses. However, for their blouses and their knits, they seem to be true to size, maybe a little bit larger and generous in that size. And we've seen this trend with a lot of the boxy and soft pieces that we have been looking at. They tend to want to go for that oversized look. So if you're happy for them to be a little bit more fitted, you can probably go down a size in those. So it's definitely worth trying. For your more tailored and semi-fitted pieces, true to size. Anything that's a little bit boxy and soft, maybe play around with the sizing. Maybe if you're going to order online, order your normal size and the size down as well. When it comes to price point, these are investment pieces, and as you can see from the coats and jackets, you're starting at $399. Can I just say for winter, definitely check out their leather. It is amazing. Their leather skirts and jackets are beautiful. So dresses are starting from $149, trousers, pants, skirts from $149, tops and tees are starting from $49, and your jackets and coats are starting at $399. They are an investment. They are beautifully made, and the quality of the fabrics are really, really great. So they're a piece that you would have for years and years and years and years. When it comes to delivery under $10, delivery for orders under $100, you're looking at $10 for delivery. Delivery is free for any orders over $100, and then delivery can take up to 7 days depending on whether you're in a metropolitan or regional area. And they do have a 30-day return policy. If you buy in store, you will need to return in store. However, if you buy online, you can return in store or by return post as well. So let's pop in and check out some of the favourites. Okay, I've switched sides just so you can see the names of the items so that if you want to look them up afterwards, you can. So I saw these trousers a couple of weeks ago when I was shopping with a client. We actually ended up getting the top for her, which was absolutely stunning. But these culottes are gorgeous, and we are seeing a few more of the culottes come through. So they are quite wide leg. So a couple of tips around this. Looking for a top to wear, as you can see here, they've paired it with something that's quite like that deeper colour that's coming through. So, you know, that's the safe option. If you are more classic, then that's what you would pair it with. If you're elegant, feminine, you may want to pick up maybe some of the orange or the yellow or this pink colour, and I'll show you a top next that would go beautifully, whereas we're moving into more of that spring, summer as well. These are great for not only your autumn, winter, but also spring, summer. And the thing to bear in mind here is we know it's adding width and it's boxy and soft at the bottom. So what you can see is here they've done the magic tuck with something that's a bit looser on top. So the other option is actually to pair it with something that's a little bit more fitted. So going with this rose water top, and you can see how that would just pick up that beautiful pink in the pant there, and really tie that together. I find when you pull a colour out of the print, it makes that colour in the print really pop. So look, this is such a gorgeous piece. I love how they have really looked at the cut of the fabric, so you can see that it is seamless when it goes across the pant there. And I love those sort of rich, warmer tones. However, if you were someone who was cooler, you could get away with doing this as long as you wear something cooler up the top half and pull those cooler colours through to the top. So absolutely gorgeous. So again, just showed you their basic tees. And I know often it's not something that we think about investing money in, but a really great quality basic tee that you can mix and match. So you can see how that goes beautifully with the previous pants, great with a pair of jeans, a skirt, but you can layer it with, you know, more sort of free-form jackets, cardigans, blazers, things like that as just that layering piece. And I love that this also comes in some of those really great pastel or ice colours. So especially if you are someone who is a slightly medium to darker colour palette, it's great to do this to create that medium contrast by putting it under a darker piece that you might have. So for those of us who really do like wearing the navies, the blacks, the charcoals, deep aubergines or forest greens, I love bringing in these lighter tones without them being white, because I feel like that can sometimes be a bit stark, and then bring that in that way. A little pop of colour just to take the edge off that white is really brilliant. Next up is that pop of colour that I was telling you about. So they also have an orange coat at the moment, and you'll also see that they have these yellow, bright yellow knits, as well as the bright orange ones as well. So if you are a warm and clear, definitely check out Jigsaw for some really great pieces here. So I just want to show it to you. And what I like is with this one, I would call it probably a little bit more of that straight line to it. So it doesn't really come in the way. So this is perfect if you are a rectangle body shape. You could get away doing it if you're a triangle, but again, you need to go really skinny and narrow down the bottom. And probably wouldn't pair it with a skirt if you are a triangle or an hourglass shape, because what's going to happen is going to look a little bit too square. Whereas if you are a rectangle shape, it's going to be a great shape through the middle for you and really, really flattering. So that is our Chip Reaver compact coat in the beautiful desert sun. I love seeing what names they give to different colours. I think it's great. Imagine that being your job. I love it. Now, this silk overlay dress, awesome. Now, this is a great alternative to the little black dress, and you could wear this for work, you could wear this for play. This would be a great transition piece from sort of day to evening. You know, pop on a pair of heels, some bright silver jewellery or some big earrings, or with gold as well, and I really, really love it. The only thing I'd say here is just be mindful of where the waist hits and whether it's a little bit low in the waist. So this is great, especially if you are conscious of your tummy area and you want something just to skim over it rather than cling. This is a really great overlay to do it, because what it does is you've got that chiffon is coming over the top and just layering through there. So this creates a really gorgeous inverted triangle shape. So it's great for your inverted triangles. It's really great for your triangle body shape and also rectangle body shape as well. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of navy as an alternative black, saying the woman who's wearing black and white today, because it really works well with other colour. Like you could put a pop of an aqua over the top, you could put a yellow accessory over the top. There's so many options. I mean, this under that yellow coat would look stunning. And last but not least, we've got the silk front batwing tops. And these are, again, gorgeous layering pieces where you want to take things up just that little bit more. So I find that these are really great for work, especially if you are someone who has to be suited and booted. Great layering piece that, you know, you can take the jacket off, but you've still got something that is quite sharp to wear underneath. The three colourways are stunning, your watermelon, and then you've got this beautiful smoky blue that comes through too, which they call blue dusk, and then more into that sort of grey colour, which they call gravel as well. So really good neutrals. If you're going to go for these neutrals, just remember that with something like this, you wouldn't want to put a dark suit over this. A navy or a black can be too low contrast. You're really looking at your greys and your whites here. Whereas, you know, you could get away with doing your navy or charcoal suit with this, and the same with this beautiful watermelon colour as well. Now, just remembering, if you're going to wear this, because it's boxy and soft, if you're going to wear this with a skirt, you're probably wanting to do a magic tuck. So just tucking in the front or tucking to the side, just to get that shape through the waist. Otherwise, if you're going to wear it with pants, if they are skinny or straight pants, then you can get away with letting it fall. Otherwise, if you're wearing something that has a little bit more width in the leg, again, you're going to have to do the same as what you would do with a skirt, and that's tuck in at the front or do the magic tuck to the side. That's a whole other video I think we need to do, the magic tuck video. I'll put that to one side. So they are my favourites for this week. So thanks again for joining us for 35 Plus Where to Shop and our weekly retailer review. Remember, if you want to find out more retailers that are right for you based on your style personality, colour palette, body shape and dress code, visit 35pluswheretoshop.com and you can download our free retail guide where we classify over 80 retailers by those characteristics. If you're not watching this in our free Facebook group, pop on over. Join us at 35 Plus Where to Shop. Not only will you see the latest retail reviews, because we're a few weeks behind when we release the others, and we also share top shopping tips, and everyone's in there helping each other find the perfect pieces to complete their wardrobe. So enjoy, be careful with the online shopping, and we will see you next week for 35 Plus Where to Shop. Bye.